So let's delve into what really, in a nutshell, is branding, because obviously, and this webinar is a thought starter. We can't go very deep as if it was a course, but we can look at it, to give us something to think about. So believe branding. Do we believe in our ability to create brands? If you are given a brand to create from scratch, can you do it? As we go along, you'll be able to do it, as you learn more and more about branding. Do you trust the process of growing a brand, or do you think it's something that's, it's something that it's not scientific? You can't be sure. It's sort of luck. Do you have complete faith in the systematic approach to branding, which is brand management? So let's get some clarity about branding. So we know that branding is the process of creating and shaping a distinctive identity, meaning that whatever brand, whether it's a product brand, your personal brand, maybe you're an influencer, or whether it's a product brand, it must be distinctive so that anyone can identify it and set it apart from the rest. So shaping the distinctive identity of a company, product, or personality in the mind of consumers. So the impact of branding should be most impactful, not at the till, but first of all, in the mind of the consumer. Once you have the mind of the consumer, half your battle is won. It also encompasses the entire experience, meaning however people experience your brand, all the things that go around that experience, whether it's when they are seeing it for the first time, picking it up, shopping for it, consuming it, or experiencing it if it is a service. The service that you give them, if it's before pre-sales, sales service, post-sales service, the whole experience is part of branding. And what that means is that a customer, when you have that, when you give the entire experience a customer has, that creates a strong positive brand perception. So this is what begins to make you the better brand compared to other brands. So even if it's your maybe influencer or personal brand, the strong positive brand perception is everything. So to continue, to differentiate a brand from its competitors by building recognition. So if your brand is not recognizable immediately, then you're not doing a very good job. Or that's what we say to ourselves as marketers. Because even if someone just sees, like there are some ads that you see, and by the time it's beginning, you even know which brand is going to come up. So the whole bundle of attributes you've put into branding means that that brand is so well built, it's very easily recognizable, whether it's the elements of the brand, the tone, the manner. And if it is easily recognizable and you also have a strong positive brand perception, then what you're doing is you're establishing trust, enhancing customer loyalty, and you're providing a foundation for successful marketing effort. Which is why we said marketing basically creates demand so that sales can then sell. Marketing doesn't necessarily sell. It creates the foundation. So now let's talk a little bit more about branding. Branding equals building. It's continuous. You can't do one thing and then expect that is what is going to work for your brand and then get disappointed and say, oh my, it didn't work. Branding is a continuous effort. And that is what we call in marketing brand building. So there are many, many aspects of marketing that I'll share with you as we go along. But one of the most important is what we call brand building, meaning you're not doing just something quick for sales promotion. You're doing something that's going to last over time. So you could be doing a particular activity or a plan or a strategy now, and the impact could be down the road in 2 or 3 years. So you see, it's continuous. So if you build something for 2 to 3 years down the road, it means next year you're building for maybe 4 or 5 years down the road. Brand building is a long-term game. So what does it involve? In a nutshell, I'll go through this quickly. You're talking about your brand identity, your brand positioning, you're thinking about your brand personality, you're talking about your brand promise. What is your promise to your customers? And then what is your messaging? Is your messaging in tandem with the promise? And therefore, what is the value? Is the value that you're promising the customer clear in your messaging? And again, at the same time, are you building your brand equity? Because if you're not building your brand equity, you have a brand that can collapse very easily. Then at the same time, we're also talking about, and that's where I started, brand management. It's a 360 exercise. You know, as you build your brand, it's continuous. And the key profession around that, what we call it, is brand management.